Hello everybody, welcome back and welcome to another episode of cycling the streets of Blackpool. Right now I'm on Albert Road. To my left is the new job centre building. Don't know if it's open yet. It's probably been open for ages, I have no idea, but it used to be Argos for a old while ago. So yeah, Albert Road starts on the junction of Central Drive and Bank Hay Street, and we're going up here. It crosses Coronation Street and it finishes on Regent Road. I do have, oh look, the lights have just turned green. That was wonderfully convenient. We're passing Coronation Street now. I do have Albert Road already on the Streets of Blackpool series, a walking video, but that's quite an old one. And somebody did ask me if I would come down here again. At least I think it was Albert Road. They requested it could have been Adelaide Street, but I will get to that soon. On the right, we've just passed the Blackpool Spiritualist Church, and this is a little bit of a faster video than he intended, because if you've just watched my updates video, you will have heard me explain that I'm kind of in a rush for work. And on the right, as I'm coming up to the top of this lovely little hilly bit, we've got the old registry office, old council, social services buildings. From what I understand, that's all coming down soon. That is on Albert Road and it curls round on South King Street. And I will do my best to follow that development, but I'm going to be late, I know. Just going to go as fast as I can. The old legs ain't what they used to be, folks. I got up really early this morning. I wasn't even tired, which is unusual for me, because I'm normally tired on a Sunday morning. We're turning round now. Little bonus content. We're on the end of Regent Road, and you can see that's Adelaide Street to our left, and on our right at the end is the old Regent Cinema. They have a lovely eclectic little antique there, stalls, whatever you'd call it there, market. It's really cool. I haven't got time to wait at these lights, so I'm going to get up a bike and run across the road and be a pedestrian. In fact, I'm going to go down Church Street. We can't go down this bit on the bike because this bit's one way. But if we get to the corner there, I can cycle down on the road. Just going to have to freewheel down there a bit because I'm late. I'm using my bike like a scooter. I forgot this bit was one way. But there's nobody about. I'm not actually a pavement cycler. I absolutely loathe it when people just cycle on the pavements. Right. That's red. So yeah, we can go down this bit. So yeah, I always try to never cycle on the pavements because yeah, you got to think about other people. So that's better, nice and fast now. I reckon I'm still going to be a little bit late, but what you going to do? We actually already have Church Street on the Streets of Blackpool series, but now you're getting to see the street again. But there's more scaffolding there over the old solicitors building. Church Street finishes on the corner of Whitegate Drive and Devonshire Road, And there used to be the old Devonshire Road toilets there. Oh, I'm a bit slippery today, folks. And please stay green, you lovely lights. Don't go red. Oh, I'm going to wheel round the corner. We're not going to wait for these lights to change. We'll jump off the bike and wheel it around the corner. And when we get safely around the corner, we can get on again. So yeah, might as well just continue this video on a little bit more and get moving down Devonshire Road. You've seen this road many times. I've walked or cycled down it many times. And when I was a little girl, this used to be the road that I used to walk to see my grandma. Because I used to live near the Saddle pub and my grandma lived near Blackpool Gate, near the old high-rise flats. Good old walk for a little 6-7-year-old kid. I remember walking down here and I used to feel like I was just walking forever sometimes on my short little kid legs. Just gonna push the cycle a little bit faster, guys. Oh. I keep telling myself, Hazel, you've got to get fit. You've got to cycle more, you know, get out the old sit-up bench. Do some sit-ups and stuff like that. But I go to bed with good intentions, thinking tomorrow will be the day when I'll start, you know. Sit-ups, squats, push-ups, cycle every day. And then I get up the next morning, bleary-eyed with an achy back, and I make myself a cup of coffee, and I need a second cup of coffee, and then I'm just like, nah, we'll start tomorrow. And that's like every day so far. So yeah, I think I need to be a little bit more self-disciplined if I want to get myself fit. Because at the moment, I ain't that fit. There we're going past Lidl's now. I can't even remember what was there before Lidl's. What was there before Lidl's? I don't have a clue, I cannot remember. And also what was there before Farm Foods. I know there's a dairy around here, but that was on one of the streets just off Devonshire, I think. I still find it weird when you look down Lancashire Gate and you don't see the high-rise flats. It's very odd. And I definitely remember where the hospital was, Devonshire Road Hospital, and the old site there. The ambulances will be moving off there soon because the new hub should be open any minute now. And then the ambulances can clear off there. But yeah, I remember Devonshire Road Hospital. I had many minor surgeries there. Because some of you know, some of you don't. I have mentioned it before. I have neurofibromatosis. I have it fairly mildly, luckily, but I have had over the years around 50 little lumps and bumps hacked off my body. So yeah, I am a bit of a mutant like that. And initially they used to do when I started having them taken off, they would do them at Devonshire Road. They would just kind of, you'd go down there, the nurse would weigh me. She would see how much anaesthetic she could give me for my correct height and weight, whatever. She would put it in the syringe and then she would say, like, in order of how much they bother you, list your lumps. So I'd point to the one that was bothering me most and she would draw around that and write a number 1. I'd say, oh, this one bothers me too, so she'd draw around that number 2 and so on and so forth till she got to like 14 or 15. And then she would just inject a little bit of anaesthetic in each of the lumps until she ran out. And she would take them all off. And there's one time when she took 10 off in one afternoon, and she would just kind of, they went numb, it didn't hurt a bit. I mean, technically, it's classified as a surgery, but in my head, I wouldn't say, oh, I've had surgery, it's an operation, because to me, it's not an operation, it's a very, very minor procedure, you know. And she would grab these like awful little lumps with some tweezers, give them a good yank, and then she would just chop them off with a big pair of scissors. And she had this, looked like a soldering iron. I don't know what the medical term, cauterized or whatever, but it was like looked like a soldering iron, and it pretty much did the same job. She would just yank them off, get her little soldering iron and just go on the recently hacked off lump to cauterize it so it wouldn't bleed. So I had loads of little like scabby divots all over my body and my back, but it did the job. But then when that hospital closed, I stopped getting them taken off, and about a decade later I went to my GP and was like, can we do anything about some of these lumps please, because some of them, they're bothering me, you know, they're catching on my clothes, they're painful, whatever. And he was like, yeah. He goes, you can only have a maximum of 2 taken off at a time. I was like, oh, why? And he goes, because it's surgery. And I was like, what, really? But I didn't question it, because I was grateful because they were offering to take them off. So anywho, the doctor, and this was about 2014, something like that, they booked me into the hospital at Preston, and it was with a proper full-on plastic surgeon, and I had one on my neck and one on my face that I wanted removing. They took me to a proper operating theatre, like with a big light over my head. I was lying dramatically on this bed, and yeah, it still didn't hurt, but they did it a bit differently. They put an anaesthetic in so it wouldn't hurt, and then they just cut it out, but really like carefully and gently. But then instead of burning it, which did leave a little scar, he sewed it up. But the one on my face, it was a teeny lump, and I had about 18 stitches in it, because they were like microscopically tiny. And now you can barely see the mark. I guess that's what the difference is between plastic surgery and just packing something off. And then I did get a few more done over the next few years like that, like 2 a year. But they stopped doing it because I guess the NHS just didn't have the money, which is fair enough. I mean, I have a few that are quite painful, but they're not like agonisingly painful, they're more inconveniently painful. So I do understand that there's way greater needs than me and my little lumps and bumps. But yeah, I don't know. In the future I would like a few more taken off if they can do it. I've no idea how I got onto that subject. I always seem to find wacky tangents to go off as I'm cycling to work. But anyway, on that note, I am going to bid you folks goodbye while I go to work. So, thank you so much for watching. If you're still with me, thank you for sticking with me to the end of my waffle on tangent video. And I will see you all very soon in the next video.